What is going on, coding family? How are you today? I hope y'all are doing well. I hope y'all are studying for these certifications, y'all. Come on now, we got to get it. Let's go. Today I want to talk about front end coding versus back end coding. So I want to tell y'all that I was the back end coder. I was working in the orthopedic department. So the back end was where for me. So this is what my job entailed. So if the front end, if there was a procedure done, inpatient or outpatient, or even a E&M visit, it was coded by the front end. The front end would be the first person to touch that case. Basically, they're going to be the first people to code it and to send out a claim. Once it is coded in the system, if it's an E&M visit, if it's a new patient or established patient or an outpatient or an inpatient, they're going to be the ones to code it first. Now, this is what I do. If the claim comes back unpaid for whatever reason, it's going to hit my work queue. I work from a work queue. That was my job. So it could be, my job was pretty much, I would get everything. My job just was not inpatient. It was inpatient, outpatient, E&M visits. It's whatever was in my work queue, which I want to say to y'all, don't run from that. Don't be nervous about it because it actually gives you the experience you need to move forward. So if you choose to get another job somewhere else and they say, well, this is only for outpatient, you can say, I'm very versatile. I've worked both inpatient, outpatient, E&M visits. So you can be very versatile, which could make you more money. Don't run from it. But I do want to say this is figure out what department do you want to work in? Is it coding for ambulatory services? Is it coding for ER? Is it coding OBGYN? Is it coding for neurology? Is it coding for orthopedic? So figure out which department you want to specialize in, because receiving a certified professional coder certification gives you a wide range of specialties that you can go into. It's not just one main specialty, it's several. Wherever you have experience is where you can go. So if you work in ER and you're used to working with ER doctors and you're used to seeing diagnosis codes and E&M visits or procedure codes, that might be an area where you can kind of flow into when you receive your CPC. So think about that. You don't necessarily, receiving a CPC, you don't necessarily have to say, well, I don't know what I'm going to do. You know, I really would like to go into OBGYN, but I have just a CPC. No, if you have experience in a certain area, if you're already working in that specific department in OBGYN, it would only seem natural for you to flow over into coding for OBGYN because you're aware of what goes on in that department. You know procedure codes, you know diagnosis codes, you have the information necessary on how to code a chart. So don't run from what you know, but flow into that, because having a certified professional coder certification allows you to go into many specialties. It doesn't limit you to one. So just know that. So that may be something that you want to try to figure out. Now, the second thing is do you want to be a front end coder or a back end coder? The front end coder is someone who is there at the front end when everything begins. So when the patient comes in, once the patient is seen, then the chart is complete by the doctor. The coder will code from what is stated in the chart. If what is coded, if anything is incorrect on that claim and the insurance company denies it, it comes back to the back end. It does not go back to the front end. It comes back to the back end coder who is there to figure out what went wrong. So It could be a modifier was missing. It could be an incorrect E&M visit. It could be an incorrect procedure code. It could be several various things, but it's up to the back end to try to figure it out. It's already been coded. It's already been sent off. It's sent back and denied. And then that's when my hands touch it. So once that happens, I'm contacting the insurance company, asking them, okay, what's wrong with the procedure code, or what's wrong? Why was the claim denied? So at times I had to write appeals. I had to follow up with the insurance company because maybe they had to send it back for review. Maybe they made a mistake, and it's not uncommon for insurance companies to make mistakes. So please know that. Now, your charts are audited. There is someone reviewing your work. Usually it's a 96 to 97 percentile of you needing to have correct coding accounts. If not, then that means that your manager, your boss, will get with you and review those accounts with you. That is something that is common. Now, when you start a job and you say to yourself, I've never really coded before, I don't know what I'm doing, hopefully, and I say hopefully, your boss, your manager should take you through a process of kind of like a probationary period where they're calling out your mistakes. They're saying, hey, you missed this. Hey, you made a mistake coding this incorrectly. That was the wrong E&M visit. That was the wrong diagnosis code. But in my situation, they gave me 3 months, and every month my supervisor got with me and was like, hey, these are the 10 accounts I looked at. You got this one and that one wrong. Let's go over it and see why you made that mistake. So I didn't just immediately start out coding inpatient. I started out coding in E&M visits, and then it kind of escalated. Then I started coding for DME products. That means like orthopedic products like braces and casts and things of that nature. Then I started coding for injections. So I was working my way up, and my supervisor was helping me to do this. So please know that when you go into a new coding job, that you're not just going to be dropped off and be like, all right then, code. No, they have to work you up to a certain level. So I had a certain amount of accounts I had to code. They do not expect you to do that within 60 days. They know that you have to work your way up to coding a certain amount of accounts. So I had to code at least 45 accounts a day. But this was after a certain period of time where I got used to the system. I worked on Epic. I got used to coding certain accounts. And then I would ask questions. If I felt some type of way, like, I don't know if I'm going to code this correctly, I would reach out to my supervisor. So don't be afraid to ask questions if you feel like you need some guidance, because that's what your supervisors are there for. And that probationary period of 90 days is to help you get acclimated with the system. So I say that to say all of this, y'all, is that don't be afraid to become a coder, to do what you need to do and make the money that you want to make, because it takes time. But getting the certification is just the beginning. So don't be afraid to learn. Don't be afraid to get into this career and get the certification. Okay, y'all? I just wanted to make this video so just to kind of ease some of y'all hearts and then kind of get you thinking about becoming a front-end coder or a back-end coder and which one you think works best for you. Okay, this is from Broken to Blessed. I'll talk to y'all soon.